What's up everyone, Electronics are here back another Dish Network satellite testing video. So this is going to be another one of those parts where I don't actually test anything, unlike last episode where I tested that LNB. Except next episode I'm also going to be testing an LNB because I didn't get one but two new satellite dishes this week, or technically last week since it's now Sunday. I just got it yesterday on Saturday. But this is going to be removing stuff from my SAT setup. Now what am I going to be removing? Now because I got this new Plus on Monday of last week, which here it is in all of its glory. Let me go inside and show you my new satellite dish that I picked up just yesterday. Here it is. And the reason why it's in parts is because I had to take it apart so that it would actually fit in the car. Because I brought like 7 receivers and like 2 boxes full of satellite stuff and tools and stuff. So I'll have to rebuild it later today. And yeah, but I'm not worried about that thing right now. First of all, I'm just worried about this. So because I got this satellite on Monday, I pulled off the Dish Pro Plus LNB off it, the 1000 plus LNB, because it's got the 129 on it, so that makes it a 1000. And because it's a Dish Pro Plus, and this is also a Plus dish, I can just swap LNBs between the two, because this is also a Dish Network Plus reflector, and this is also a Dish Network Plus reflector. The only major difference between these two is that this one has a newer updated back assembly, and it's got dithering on it as well, and it has 5 bolts to secure the azimuth, unlike my current one, which has the older back assembly and only needs 3 bolts. Here it is. See, this is the old, I'm pretty sure the Super Dish uses this exact same back assembly, but this is the older version. This is the newer version right here. That's literally like the only difference between these two reflectors. Hold on, let me wait for this plane to pass. And if you haven't watched the last video of where I tested that LNB, here's the pole from the new 1000 plus. It was taken off the roof because my neighbors got a new roof, so I just got this entire satellite for free. And it's currently unplugged because I had to grab the solo node, which is right here from the last video. I had to grab the solo node with me to go test the 1000.2 I was going to pick up yesterday, which I did. It's in the house right now. Again, I have to rebuild it because it's in pieces. But what am I going to be doing in this video? Well, because this Dish Pro Plus LNB works, and I could finally upgrade from this Dish Pro LNB, not Dish Pro Plus, but Dish Pro, aka DP, while this is DPP. And because these still work, there's no reason to use older Dish Pro equipment, which doesn't even work with a hopper unless it's a hopper duo. While this does, I'm going to be getting rid of this, as well as my old setup underneath the switch bucket. Now, if you haven't watched part 1, or episode 1, whatever, that came out like October something, 2023, when I first got this set up, it's been here for 2 years now. In fact, I haven't touched it, I haven't moved it. It's been in the same position since December 2023. I've never moved it. All I did recently was just swap LNBs, that's it. Everything else has been in the exact same position. No wind problems, no aiming problems, no signal drops. What else? No need to re-aim it. I never had to re-aim it. It's been the same for 2 years straight now. Had 0 problems with it. So at some point, all of this is going to be gone by the end of this year. So this whole setup right here, this DP single is going to go back on this reflector, just the DP single. And this is going to go up on my roof in the first slot. Now in the second slot is going to be the 1000.2 I picked up yesterday. Soon 3.0 is going to send me a hybrid LNB, so that way I could use the Hopper 3 with it. And then that's going to be my new set setup. It's no longer going to be on the floor over here on the ground with the switch bucket, which even then that's going to be gone by today. Well, technically not, because I still need the solenoid to be protected from rain, so technically I'm still going to be using the switch bucket. Maybe I could use a smaller one, I don't know. But there's probably no need. I'll probably just get rid of it, maybe not, I don't know. Either way, this is going to be temporarily over here. So let's go and start removing this old LNB, which I'm not going to use anymore. Trying to not scratch it up though. There's also some kind of bug over here. At least it's been living underneath this thing for several weeks straight, and I'm not sure if it's still here or not. I don't think so. Last time I saw it, when I swapped these LNBs, I took that switch bucket out and it just ran out in front of me. And then later that night, it was somewhere over here. Just literally just ran out from right here under there. And it literally just walked out in front of me like a roach. It's not a roach. I'm pretty sure it's called a cricket, like a black one. I don't even know what it's called. I had like one picture of it. And it was back there before, and now it's gone. It was underneath the AC fan, and then, again, later that night I saw it over there. I don't know where it is now. I'm pretty sure it's gone now. But, yeah. Let me go and move the switch bucket over here. Look at the dirt from underneath the I/O shield in the rock. Has been there for so long. Here's the I/O shield, which I don't even know why this is over here. It's just been over there. I never touched any of that stuff. Here's the phase LNB with some cobwebs underneath it. And then here's the pine cone, which has lived on my satellite dish for a really long time, or at least the old LNB. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's like that. Yeah, it was like that. This has been on here since like the start of summer, or no, I think it was fall 2024. So this has just been living on top of my old LNB for a really long time. Hold on. Okay, I had to wait for that plane to pass by again, but I'm keeping that with the old LNB. Hopefully the wind isn't gonna get too annoying. Now, all the spiders that live down here should have been gone by now. I still don't want to touch this like this, but because this is just disgusting. This is what happens when you don't clean out stuff after 2 years it's been outside. All these bugs start living in here. Like, look at all these cobwebs on here. This is ridiculous. Like, I only moved this down at like the start of the summer, and look at how much stuff has already lived in this thing. I probably should get gloves, but I never did. This is supposed to be over here. I'm not sure why that's pushed all the way over there. This is what sat on top of the switch bucket. Right over here. It's always been like that for 2 years. Now, I already took off these clips. I don't want the sunlight to rebake that and make it all silver like the rest of the dish, but whatever. Alright, let's take out the coax that goes to the house, which obviously this is still going to be used temporarily until I get the 1000 plus on the, the 1000 plus and the 1000.2 on the roof. Alright, let's see what's been living underneath this thing. Okay, so far so good. No dead spiders, just a bunch of cobwebs. Oh, wait. Nope, there's a spider. There's a spider. Okay. Looks like a regular house spider, so it's not that big of a deal. There it goes. It just ran away. Oh, I lost track of it. There it is. Has no idea what to do. What is it doing? Okay, there, it just went into the concrete. Alright, so I just thought that was another one, but no, that's a bunch of dead leaves stuck on this web. And this is dirty. There's like an ant or something. I don't even know. That's not an ant. That's something else. All right, let me get the switch out of here from the other side. I probably should have moved all this stuff before recording the video. So this is now gonna get in the way. Just be super annoying and waste video time. Oh, this is heavy. I forgot just how heavy this was. Alright. Alright, let's get this switch out of here. Alright. Of course, it's all tangled up. Look at all this stuff on here. What even is that? Ew. I don't even know what that is. Bro, look at the amount of cobwebs and all this random stuff on here, bro. Bro, at least in the duration of the 2 years this switch bucket has been here, there's probably like more than 50 spiders that have rented this place out. Like, there's just been so much random bugs living inside of this thing. And like, if you move this thing upside down, I mean, like, look at all of that in here. There's so much stuff in here, bro. Like, look at the amount of cobwebs in here. Whatever that is, it's all around here. This used to be someone's home, clearly. Or it's probably been shared by like 50 different kinds of spiders over the years. Alright. And then that's what that place looks like. So I moved the switch bucket down here at the start of the summer. Look at how much stuff has gone back under here. Looks like a zip tie. I don't know where that came from. Dead leaves, dirt, which makes sense because all the rain and all that stuff gets underneath there and it just doesn't have another place to go. I don't even know why this thing is still out here. And this IO shield too. Like, why is there just a bunch of random stuff over here? And then this expired hand sanitizer which has been outside this whole entire time. This which has been out there the entire time too. And then this piece of shingle from that thing. Alright. Ew, what is that? Why is it brown? Okay, well, this needs to make its way back down here because this stays. That doesn't go anywhere. Okay, and then the ground cable's in the way, which is a problem. Ew, there's more webs, bro. Why is there so much spiders over here, bro? And I'm pretty sure there's like another spider living in the back assembly. Yeah, there's another web right here. I don't know if it's picking that up on camera, but there's a whole nother web over here between this AC fan and this reflector, bro. There's so much spiders over here. Alright, let me... I don't know how to pull this out. I guess I'd have to do it the other way. You know what? Give me this foil. And then carefully just remove all the web off of this thing. So that way I could actually touch this without having like a spider just jump out at me. I've never cleaned this thing before. It's just been over here for 2 years. Until I finally got this LNB to upgrade my satellite system with. Look at all that. Look at all that. It's just all falling on the ground now. Alright, there we go. Good enough. There's nothing else that's living on this thing, so I guess it is safe to touch now. What the heck is this? Hold on, give me this other piece of foil. Because I don't want to touch any of this stuff anymore. Dang, it fell. What is this thing? What is this? this random piece of coax? Okay, well, I don't even know what that went to. I forgot about that. I think I put that there like a long time ago, I'm pretty sure. I don't even remember. Okay, this ground cable is going to be an issue. Okay, it was stuck in there. I need to get this out of there somehow, so let's do that. And then on the other side, we'll just grab it, push it through. Push all this coax through. This is probably gonna destroy my setup, but whatever. All right, there we go. And grab the LNB. Put that on top of there. And then just grab this whole setup. And we'll put this right here for now. Great, did I just scratch this up? Great, I knew that was gonna happen. That was dumb. Also, yes, I put this on here for decoration, I guess. I don't even know why. Alright, well, there it is. My old LNB and switch, which I'm not gonna use anymore since I have Dish Pro Plus now. There's no need for a switch because the switch is built in. Oh my god, there's even more webs underneath there. Bro, when the day comes to demolish all this stuff, there's gonna be so much spiders in this cinder block, bro. Hold on, there's gonna be so much in there. All right, well, I'm gonna have to clean all this up and then bring it inside, put it in the sap box, probably, because I'm probably never gonna use any of this stuff ever again. Because there's not really a point in using it anymore since I have better equipment, which is the reason why I pulled it all out. There's no need for it to sit out in the rain and get damaged, possibly because it's not properly mounted anymore. Also, this, all I do is just put a grocery bag over this, just in case it rains, and the signal still works fine. The grocery bag is so that way water doesn't get in there, even though water has been getting in there for the past, like, I don't know, 5 years. Again, this is my neighbor's dish, so I know quite a bit about it. Like, I've seen it every single day. So, yeah. As far as I know, the last time this LNB got power was in 2016, which is what the software date on the Hopper 2000 was. The old Hopper 2000, not the one that I have currently, the one I sent to 3.0 like 6 years ago. From my neighbors. It was used with this exact same LNB in that exact same reflector over there. Well, I mean, that basically wraps it up. All I gotta do is just hook all this up. And then this is for the 118. This is for line 3. I mean, not 118. This is just line 3. This was just left in the pole. It was, see that hole right there? It was just in there without any kind of coupler or anything. It was just like this exposed. You could even see the curvature in the wire. All it was is just shoved up in that hole, and it's just been sitting in the pole like that the entire time. I don't know why. I guess it's before Dish came up with like a drip loop system to service the dish, just in case someone had to like come in and just like check the signal, because obviously these two ran to a solo node because they had a Hopper 2000 and a Joey 2000. So that's obviously to a solo node, and then that's most likely a just a test line, so that way they could plug their, I don't know, Super Buddy into it and whatever. Maybe it was to reservice the dish, like re-aim it or something. I don't know. I'm guessing that's what that was for, because clearly it was just shoved up in the pole and not used ever again. And then those obviously ran inside the house. And then there's a solo node in the basement, I'm pretty sure. That's that. And then that white cable obviously runs up into the house. It's always been like that. Again, once I demolish the setup over here, like all these cinder blocks are gonna go soon. by the end of this year, because I'm gonna main the 1000.2, and then this is gonna be in slot number 1 on the roof, and this is gonna be pointed towards 61.5, I'm guessing. There's no need for 72. 72 is kind of boring. There's more stuff on 61.5. And maybe if I get an Eastern Arc LNB at some point for 1000.4, which is what this thing is, a plus, 1000 plus, a 500 plus, doesn't matter what it is. It's basically the exact same thing as a 1000.4. Even the 1000.4 uses this new back assembly also, because this is a 1000.4 basically. It's just rebranded as a plus, as a marketing term. It's the same thing where the 1000.2 Turbo HD, like that's a 1000.2. Like all the Turbo HD does is just a marketing term or model or whatever, I guess. It's the same thing where it says plus on here. Like this is still a 1000.4. It's just 1000 plus because the LNB makes it that. Like I could just easily take this off, put a yoke on here, and put a 1000.4 LNB on here, and then all of a sudden the whole setup changes into a 1000.4. Now, with this exact LNB, if I remove the 129 LNB, which doesn't matter anyways because 129 is gone, well, even 118 is gone, so this entire thing is basically just a 500 system at this point. Like there is no plus, there is no 1000 plus, it's just a 500, because 118, which is the whole plus specialty thing, I guess would, why did I say I guess twice? But what's called the plus just adds 118, which is for internationals. That's what the whole plus thing is for. But yeah, both of those sats are gone, so it's really just 119 and 110, which is exactly what a regular 500 picks up, because Dish went back to using 500s now. They're making LNBs for 500 satellites again. And even a 1000.2 is basically a 500 dish, because 129 is gone. Same thing over here. 129 is gone. There's no need for this DP single. The only reason why I'm going to reuse it is so that way I don't need this thing on here. I could just slot this straight onto the satellite and aim it at 61.5, then run the satellite wire from here, the coax, into the LNB in on the 1000.2, so I could get 119, 110, and 61.5. So that's my future plans. I don't know when it's gonna go up there. It's probably before the snow starts falling on the ground, since it's September 28th, so 2025. So soon there's gonna be snow on the ground, and right now it's still warm, like it's 79. It's pretty warm out here, but soon it's gonna be like 50, 40, 30, 20, -10. I don't know. But yeah, this is the last time I'm going to be using this LNB. I'm not getting rid of it, of course, but soon this whole sat is going to come down as well. The only reason why I'm not swapping reflectors is because I don't want to re-aim it. Like, I peaked this thing back like 2 years ago, and it's just been the same ever since. So if it's not broke, there's no reason to fix it. There's no reason to replace it. This will just sit outside until I find a use for it, aka put it up on the roof for 61.5. Let me go into my sat box and pull out the solo node again. Alright, and then I also got a faceplate now. This is from the 1000.2 system. And I got a bunch of messenger wire, a bunch of basement wire. Here's the solo node, which I'm going to use. This is mine. This isn't from the old setup. I picked this up like a while ago. I made a whole video on it. So, yeah. Alright, back outside. Let's get this solo node hooked back up real quick. Where's that shingle? Here it is. Gonna throw that back on the floor to protect this thing from scratches. Now, I need to set up my camera somewhere. Well, I mean, I don't really have to set up my camera. All I'm gonna be doing is just plugging these into this, and then that into the hopper line. And then that's gonna, oh, I forgot, I need to get a coupler with a cut off coax cable on the other side. All right, let's see. Pretty sure this is it. Yep, that's it. And then also in the basement, I got a bunch of coax clips. As you could see, it looks like that. So, yeah. Alright, back outside again. Let's go and get this on here to protect it from water damage, just in case it rains. I would remove it entirely. I just don't know how to. I don't have anything to cover up the LNB with. I don't want water getting in there. Anyways, I'll just do this off camera because it's hard to do it one-handed. But yeah, that's basically everything over here. There's no need for the switch bucket anymore. There's no need for that piece of wood over there anymore either. Well, I mean, technically, for as long as I have the solo node out here, I do still need the switch bucket because, again, I don't want water getting in there. But let me go and make a thumbnail shot for this. And there it is. So my SAT setup is no longer DP. It's now actually somewhat up to date with Dish Pro Plus instead of Dish Pro. So now I could finally use the Hopper 2000, the Hopper 1. I mean, it's also a 2000 because it's just broken for 4 parts, whatever. And then the Hopper 2, and then the Hopper Duo, which even then the Hopper Duo worked perfectly fine with this, but Hopper 3 still won't work until I get hybrid, which I could easily swap out with the Dish Pro Plus on the 1000.2. But yeah, so there it is. My setup is now refreshed and more up to date. Thanks for watching. See you guys later, and goodbye.